Every business owner starts a journey. It's this big adventure, right? It's full of passion and risk and hopefully a whole lot of success. But what happens when the financial side of that adventure starts to feel less like a clear map and a lot more like a chaotic storm? Let's dive in and see what that chaos really looks like.
Does this scene feel a little too familiar? You got receipts piling up. The numbers in your head don't quite match the numbers on the screen, and you've just got this nagging feeling that you're missing something. Something big. Hey, you are not alone. This is exactly where the journey gets really tricky for so many brilliant entrepreneurs.
So here's the paradox, right? You're an absolute expert in what you do. You know how to build your product, you know your clients, you know how to grow, but that very success brings a ton of complexity, and all of a sudden you're facing this whole new set of challenges that, let's be honest, were not part of the original dream. And these challenges, well, they can turn into some pretty serious pitfalls. I mean, look at this list. It's like a minefield. You start making good money, but without a plan, it's just so easy for those profits to disappear before you've even thought about taxes. Or maybe you don't have the cash reserves you need for a rainy day. Or worse, you could be risking it all by being unknowingly non-compliant. The bottom line is, a ton of successful businesses end up overpaying the IRS and failing to build any real lasting wealth for the owner. In every great story, the hero needs a guide, a mentor, who just knows the terrain inside and out. In our story, that guide is a strategic CPA. And I'm really emphasizing the word strategic here, because believe me, not all financial professionals are created equal.
And this slide just nails the difference. A basic accountant, they're kind of like a historian for your money. They're great at recording what's already happened. But a strategic CPA, they're your navigator. They take all that historical data and use it to chart a course for where you're going, helping you make smarter decisions for the future.
So what exactly is a CPA? Well, it stands for Certified Public Accountant. And this isn't just some fancy title, it's a license. It means they've got this deep expertise in super complex tax law. But here's the kicker. They can legally represent you before the IRS. A regular accountant can't do that. That is a shield you do not want to be without. Okay, so you might be thinking, all right, I'll just hire my own team. But whoa, take a look at this number. To build an in-house department with this level of expertise, you're looking at $250,000 to almost $400,000 a year. And get this, that's before benefits. All of a sudden, partnering with an outside firm starts to make a whole lot of financial sense, doesn't it?
So let's start walking through this journey. The very first stage is all about laying a solid foundation. We're typically talking about businesses in that $250,000 to $600,000 revenue range.
At this point, the goal is simple, but it is so critical. You've got to move from just surviving day to day to creating a stable, organized financial base. It's really about building the bedrock for everything that's going to come next. The essential services here are really the fundamentals. We're talking about clean bookkeeping, accurate accounting, getting your taxes prepped right, and making sure payroll and compliance are totally buttoned up. Getting this right from the start saves you from massive headaches down the road.
Okay, so once you've got that solid foundation, it's time to build on it. Let's move to the next stage. Your business is growing, you're breaking past that $750K mark, and you're heading towards $5 million. Now, the game completely changes. It's time to scale. The challenge now shifts from just being stable to being truly strategic. You can't drive your business forward by only looking in the rearview mirror. You've got to start using your financial data to make really smart, informed decisions about the future.
So how do you do that? Well, this is where the strategic tools come in. A good CPA helps you build budgets and create financial forecasts. They help you identify the key performance indicators, your KPIs, the numbers that actually move the needle in your business. And they can run different scenarios so you can see where to put your resources to get the biggest impact on your growth and your profits. And finally, we get to the end game. Your business is mature, it's humming along, generating over $4 million a year. You've built something truly significant. And now the focus shifts from pure growth to preserving the incredible value that you've worked so hard to create.
These huge questions start popping up. What is my business actually worth? What's my exit strategy? How in the world can I transfer this wealth to my family without getting killed by taxes? It's all about securing your long-term legacy. And this requires a whole new level of strategy. We're talking about getting an accurate business valuation, analyzing your capital allocation, which is really just a fancy way of saying what's the smartest way to invest the company's money, and then implementing these advanced tax structures, like setting up trusts or other entities before a sale. Doing that can literally save you millions. This is where wealth transfer and estate planning become absolutely crucial. And it's so important to remember that your personal business journey doesn't happen in a vacuum, right? It's all happening inside these larger economic cycles. A strategic CPA, your navigator, helps you see these big risks on the horizon. That allows you to plan ahead for a slowdown or even a recession so you can protect your company no matter what the market is doing. So, after navigating all the chaos, the growth, and the complexities, what's the ultimate reward? It's not just about the money you save, it's really about what you gain.
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? It's that fundamental shift from being reactive to being proactive. It's the difference between just documenting your history and actually getting to write your future.
And the payoff is so real. On one hand, you're maximizing your deductions and only paying the tax you legally owe. You're avoiding expensive mistakes and gaining huge credibility with banks. But honestly, the other stuff is just as powerful. That feeling of less stress, the peace of mind, and the confidence that you are protecting your assets and building a secure future for yourself and your family.
Look, at the end of the day, every business owner knows where they want to go. The real question is, as you navigate your own unique and incredible journey, do you have the right guide to help you get there?